What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I am getting Star Wars Outlaws. That's right. I know how this is going to go. I can predict it, so we can have a calm, casual conversation. 3 C's in the comment section, 4 C's below. Please be just respectful. I respect you so long as you respect me. It's a game, okay? At the end of the day, it's a video game. So this is a video series that I do where I talk about an upcoming game and most of the time talk about why I'm getting it, although we can do it a little bit differently in future videos if you guys want to see that, why I'm not getting a game, etc. This is a game I'm excited for. Not going to sugarcoat it. Not going to pretend like I'm not excited, considering, I plan on getting the game. The game does excite me. We've heard a lot of really, really great things. And granted, we've heard. What we have seen, I think, has looked solid. At times, it's looked a little bit more outdated, but it also does look solid. The impressions that we've heard of this game have been overall pretty darn good. I know it kind of, it goes back and forth. There are some people that got to play it for extended periods of time that didn't like it. There are people that really liked it. So far, I feel like the kind of segmented clips that we've gotten when IGN gets their 10 minutes of fame, things like that, it hasn't put the game in good light. Now, it could be because the game's not good, but literally, like from what we see, it looks, kind of subpar. It feels like, this is just to me, it feels like the more that you're able to play this game, the better that it is. I feel like overall, as people were able to play more and more hours with it, they generally liked it. And also, even if you go back to like the June impressions, it was split. It was kind of 50-50. Some felt it was a little too samey. Some felt, this or that. Look, at the end of the day, as long as this game is like decently fun, I'm not looking for this game to reinvent the wheel. I'm also not expecting it to reinvent the wheel, right? Like open world Star Wars game, blasters, a different kind of like scoundrel type, situation going on. It's from Massive. If it feels like, and we've heard this, if it feels like The Division, we've heard some Uncharted references, which is kind of interesting, maybe more like cinematic, like gameplay segments, maybe if a ship is crashing or, whatever. So Uncharted, The Division, the Ubisoft Formula, although it sounds like the Ubisoft Formula is getting like a facelift, right? Like you have the idea of how you find things, right? They're not going to just spam the map. It's going to be, you're going to have to kind of go out and explore it. A big thing for me is the length. I know this is kind of, depending on who you are, but this is a open world Star Wars game. A lot of people have been asking for that. And then now that we get it, it's only, they've talked about it, right? 30, 35, 40 hours, maybe 50 if you want to do everything. It's not the last couple Assassin's Creed 100-plus hour experiences. Now, I look at that as a positive. For me, it's quality over quantity. If you doubled the length of Star Wars Outlaws, I can guarantee you that the quality would not be there. So I actually look at it as a positive. Okay, it's a little bit shorter. This is more of like a digestible open-world game where hopefully you can focus on the quality over it just being big just to be big, right? There's a difference between being big and then doing cool stuff and being big just to say that you're big. And this game is going a little bit smaller, but hopefully that's for, good reason. But again, like, I'm getting this just to kind of have fun. I like the idea of the choice-based things where you kind of are aligning yourself and you can close off opportunities. There's like the reputation type system, I guess. There's like the star system of like your wanted level. They've talked a lot about that. That sounds really cool. How you get from point A to point B. Like, I think the game just overall looks pretty darn fun. Again, it kind of depends on which one you've looked at because, yeah, the IGN 10 minutes, did that look all that much fun? Not really. Not really. That is more of like the quantity over the quality. If there's 20 missions like that, right? Now, if there's only a couple missions like that and the rest are filled out a little bit like bulkier, then that's cool. But I gotta say, I'm also trying to embrace it. Like, look, I don't want it to be this like bloated, kind of experience, right? But I am kind of like embracing it for what it is, whatever it might be. Mainly because just the situation I'm in because of the other games. You got Black Myth right before it. That's very different. 3-4 days after this, right? You got things like Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. You got the casting of Frank Stone. One's a multiplayer sports, Quidditch game. The other is a, narrative-based, choose your own adventure type thing. A couple days after that, you get Astro Bot, so you get a platformer. These are all very different experiences. So I'm not trying to change Star Wars Outlaws into something it's not. Do I want them to break from the Ubisoft formula a little bit? Yes, I do. But, do I expect something radically different? No. And ultimately, I hope that I'm able to just enjoy it for whatever it is because I also have different experiences that I'm going to be playing, honestly, like the week before and the week after, like very, very close to it. But, I want this to be good. Also, like I'm not Has Ubisoft made mistakes? Of course they have. They've made a lot of mistakes. Are they one of like the weaker ones out there? Maybe. It depends, I guess, on which ones that you really like or really hate. I'm up for redemption stories. I'm up for turnarounds, and I think they have had okay games. And I mean, like, we just came off of like Skull and Bones and stuff, but you know, like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I thought the game was phenomenal. That game's like a top 10 game of 2024 so far. So I want this game to work. I want this game to show, not even necessarily that you can, you know what I mean, that you can have an open world Star Wars game. I think that's possible. I think you don't even have to have Ubisoft that's doing it to like prove that's true, right? But I just want to have fun, like just do a couple different of these systems again, like with these reputation things. Like that is what's going to kind of set it apart, and then just kind of let me go around and have a blast. Like there's not too much. This is one of those, right? When I do one of these videos of like why I'm getting it. This one, it's kind of like point and blank. Like, I'm kind of excited for it. I don't think it's going to be incredible. I don't think this is like a 10 out of 10 experience. I also don't think it's bad. I think it's something a little bit different, but also a little bit samey. And sometimes you can have things that are the same. You know, sometimes a lot of games are very similar to other games. So it's not like these kind of things don't happen, you know, outside of this. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I'm planning on getting it. I'm planning on covering it. And we got, you know, a couple of weeks left to go. I'm sure codes will be going out. And, you know, we'll see like what the review scores are like and all that jazz. But unless this game, you know, my opinion on reviews is like, I'll take what they're saying and like I'll look at it kind of for fun, but I don't really base my buying decision off of it. If it gets like 3s and 4s, if we're talking about like one of the worst scored games in the last 5 years, okay, then that's something to kind of pay attention to. I think this game is going to be like a 6, 7, 8. Like it's a good, fine, okay, solid, those kind of words, right? I think that's what this game is. And I think that's going to be fine, honestly. So we'll see though at the end of the day, and I'll be covering it, you know, the best I can. I'll obviously be doing my own review and we'll go from there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.